So what I did first is to get my measurements, and my chest measurement is 13 inches, while on the side for the sleeve to be attached later is 3 inches. So first things first, I remove the sleeves and save it for later. Then I started to mark my markings in the dress, starting on my chest measurements, and I also add 1 inch allowance on it, and that makes it 14 inches long because I don't want to run out of fabric later. So this is a trial and error work for me, and I hope I can make it. I simply cut my marking straight and cutting off including the collar. Just don't mind me by using tape measure as a guide because I haven't found my ruler yet, so bear with me. Remember that I measured the sides earlier and it measures 3 inches. That's where will be our sleeves to be attached for later, and I also add 1 inch allowance on my marking, so that's make it 4 inches in total. Then I cut and sew it up, leaving my 4 inches marking open. Upon sewing it, straight stitch is my only choice because I am just using a dual spin mini sewing machine that I only bought on the Shopee for 500 pesos only. It is just only a portable sewing machine. You can take it anywhere you want, wherever you go, but guaranteed worth the price as long as you keep it clean and secure in place. And if you haven't watched my video on how to use this cute mini sewing machine, I will just put the link in the description box below, and I hope you can watch it, guys. It's very simple and easy to use. So this is how it will look like after connecting the sides together, leaving the 4 inches marking and sewed, and started hemming the front and back part by temporarily pinning it because I don't want to have a rough edges and I want to sew it continuously, so pinning it first is my only best choice. And this is how it will look like after hemming and sewing it. It will give you a clean and very nice edges. Next is the sleeve. It is where I realized that I cannot make a cute puff sleeves in it because it looks a bit smaller than I imagined. So what I just did is mark a 7-inch long and save the remaining fabric because I know in the first place of this video that my sewing knowledge is not perfect, that I know this would be a trial and error work for me, and I'm also a bit hesitant to do this, but I'm here already thinking it would end up looking nice. So I hope again I can make it and give you guys a nice final look. So as you can see, I just cut it straight, remove the excess fabric that I don't want to use anymore. So I ended up adding more fabric on the sleeves from the remaining fabric so I can have a bigger size of sleeve and it will look that way. And I think it's enough already to turn it into a puff sleeves. And I just repeat it on the other sleeve so it will measure the same size. It measures 6 inches, so I just cut it into 2. Let's make it 3 inches wide each. Then I simply attach those 3 inches additional fabric on both sides of the sleeves, pin it so I can easily sew it on the wrong side of the fabric. Then please repeat the process on the other side also. This is now the sleeve, a bit bigger than the original sleeve, and now it measures 9 inches long on the upper part of the sleeve when being folded and 7 inches long on the lower part of the sleeve and 5 inches wide. After sewing it, I hem the edges again, maybe an inch wide, pin it and repeat the process on the other sleeve also because I don't want to have rough edges as I have said earlier. Next is we're going to insert the elastic on our sleeves, and I have 2 pieces of 10 inches long elastic and 2 pieces 8 inches elastic also. Use safety pins, and I suggest use a smaller pin so you won't become like me who struggles by inserting the elastic all the way up to the other side because I forgot where did I put my smaller safety pins. And please pin also the other side of the elastic so it won't fall off all the way to the top. When reaching the end, pin the tip of the elastic also into the fabric. It will look this way after, and please repeat the process on the other sleeve also. And now, you have a pair of beautiful sleeves. Next is I attach the sleeves into the dress, pinning it on the right sides together and sew it on the wrong sides together. This is how your dress would look like after sewing the sleeves together. I decided to have one dart at the back. The back measurement is 14 inches, 7 inches is the center of it, and I measure 6 inches long from the center also, 2 inches on the left side from the center, and 2 inches on the right side also. And I connect my markings and sew it. And the reason why I add dart because when I tried it on, I realized that it's a bit loose for me and it doesn't fit me well. Next is this 22 inches long and 2 inches wide of white fabric from scrap that I just found somewhere in the house. I want to have a tie at the back or in front, so I just add it on. And I just sewed it up from top to end, leaving an opening and closing one end, then I just flip it. I want to attach it into the waist part of the dress, so since I don't have a seam ripper, I just slowly cut it using a scissor, open a little just enough for my tie, and sewed it on the wrong side of the dress. This is how it looks like with a tie that you can decide to be at the back or at the front. And this is our final look.